Hello, friends. My name is Ayo Benson. I'm the author of the best-selling book, Gold Mine of Your Mind, and I am an executive coach. I help highly productive leaders get to their dreams faster. Today, I've got an interesting guest. This is not a chit-chat interview. This is an interview for business leaders to get results at this troubled time. I've been getting a lot of calls from business leaders petrified as to what would they do next? How would they cope with these difficulties and all the uncertainties surrounding this pandemic crisis? To be honest with you, in times like this, people are frozen and they can't make decisions. So I decided that the best way I can help business leaders is to invite one of the best business minds in the country. Stephen Windmill came on my TV show last year, and people, some of my audience, they're still talking about him up to today. Stephen was a colonel in the British Army, and he has since transformed into a juggernaut of an entrepreneur leading multi-billion pounds projects for government and FTSE 100 companies. It took me only one call for him to say yes without hesitation. So you are in luck. If you are a business leader listening to this, you are in luck because Stephen has agreed to collaborate with me to provide you with the opportunity to find clarity and the right decision at the right time. Peter Drucker said, efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right thing. So Stephen's gonna share with us how to do the right thing in this environment. Imagine someone being fired at, shot on the war front, and in the midst of that, is still able to make the right decision at that point in time. So what we're going through is a small little piece compared to that. So I've asked Stephen to come and tell us a little bit about what is it that people are gonna learn from the webinar we're putting together. The title of that webinar is Leadership That Gets Results in Troubled Times, Beyond MBA Strategies. There is no formula for this. It is only people like Stephen and myself that can provide you with this solution to weather this storm, actually for business leaders to thrive because of this crisis, not despite it. Let me welcome Stephen. Stephen, I want to thank you very much for doing this. I gave you one call and you said yes without hesitation. Thank you very much for that.
No problem.
I want you to tell us just a tip of the iceberg in terms of what are business leaders expecting to get by being part of this webinar. We are only gonna take a limited number of people, as you said, that after the webinar, we're gonna put them in a group called Mastermind Group to help them through this trouble and even beyond. So tell us, what should they expect from your leadership and from my knowledge, and then we put both together and get them to weather this storm as quickly as possible.
Well, Ayo, thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you very much for such a glowing introduction. What are we going to get? Well, let me start one stage further above. Every single company is different to all the others. The problems facing every company will be different. Yeah. And as you just touched upon, there is no set formula for this. Brexit, we left a short while ago. That was being described as the mother of uncertainty, because it's going to affect customers, it's going to affect supply chains, it's going to affect business models. Many businesses will go under because of Brexit if they're not careful. Many others will thrive. And now, on top of Brexit, because remember, Brexit has not gone away. It's been delayed because of Corona, the Corona pandemic, but Brexit is still there in the background. We are no longer part of Europe. So the coronavirus, the pandemic here, is creating additional problems over and above Brexit. And everything that you feared could happen under the Brexit environment is still there, waiting to come out once the coronavirus has cleared itself up. So leadership is going to have to emerge that is capable of managing a distributed workforce with a common and clear vision, say for the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 at the outside. You're going to have to be able to give them, from that vision, shorter term missions for teams, groups, and you're going to have to trust them to get on with it.
I'm sure you have a lot that you want to say. You see, when I was discussing this with you, one of the things that jumped out at me was your vision in terms of, actually, yes, we can help people thrive as a result of this crisis, not despite it. But beyond that, you also looking ahead to say, people on this webinar, we should take a selected view and put them in a mastermind group for the foreseeable future and use them as a model to grow their business to even unprecedented level.
And that's what I'm building around to, Ayo.
I want us to round up because, you know, if I let you 3 hours, we'll still be talking about leadership. I want say when people were calling me and saying, you know, I don't know what to do, I don't know what's going to happen, there will always be uncertainty. The Buddha said, stop trying to calm the storm, but calm yourself, because the storm will pass.
Absolutely.
You know, the analogy I made about, sorry about that, the analogy I made about being on the war front and being fired at, and you still must and have to, which you've done on many occasions, make the right decision even under that enormous pressure, where your life is even at stake, and not just your life, but the life of your troops are at stake, and your ability to make decisions under that kind of environment. I know that you're going to share some secrets on how to do that, but not today. Perhaps at the webinar, people are going to learn how to make decisions under pressure. Not just make decisions, but make the right decision under pressure. You know, you're an expert at this because you manage a 26 billion pounds project with thousands and thousands of staff. You actually manage 200,000 soldiers in Iraq. You know, what sort of mindset will help you do that effectively? And you did it with, you know, spectacular results. So what sort of mindset? I want us to talk about mindset now, because you know that's my topic. That's what I love to talk about, because actually mindset is the foundation of every success. And whether you're in crisis or you're not in crisis, if you develop the right mindset, you're gonna succeed. To round up this session, we may have another session. Stephen, I'm gonna, crave your indulgence to give me one more, 10 minutes. I know you're a very, very busy man. Give me like an additional 10 minutes. Maybe we do that in 2 or 3 days time to actually be able to expatiate on what you have in store for that webinar, which is taking place on 30th of April. And we only need a very few business leaders that are serious about getting to the next level at this webinar. This, for sure, is not for everyone, okay? So, and it's gonna happen on Thursday, 30th of April at 11 a.m. for 2 solid hours. Imagine getting, for somebody to pay for 2 hours of Stephen, you're talking, hundreds of thousands. So I've grabbed him and he said yes. And I'm so excited that, a lot of people are gonna get, the value to take their business to the next level. To round up, what kind of mindset should leaders maintain at this point? And I'll give you only 1 minute to talk about that, and then we're gonna wrap up today's interview.
Okay, keeping it very simple. The mindset is, I know that I'm probably right, and that's what I'm going to communicate with confidence, and there's techniques for doing it, looking as if you've got confidence, with confidence to my people. Mm-hmm. But knowing inside that if you are wrong, as soon as it becomes clear that you're wrong, you have a contingency plan. What will I do if it goes wrong at this stage? Mm. And it's having that inner confidence to know that what you're doing is probably right. It's the best idea you can come up with at the time, the best solution, the best approach at the time. But if it's wrong, you've got the confidence to do something different at the point that you know the original decision was incorrect.
Hmm. What's the final word?
My final word, being a leader can be scary. You can be alone. There's nobody backing you up. And you still have to make those decisions. And if you want to be a leader, you have to be prepared to upset people and know that at the end of the day, you're doing the right thing.
Wow, that's powerful. So
that's it.
Okay, so on a final note, the webinar is on 30th of April. What you've got from Stephen, because I won't let him, go on and on leadership, because I want to make it short so that you'll be able to start and complete it. What you're gonna get from the webinar is phenomenal. So I will say to you, there may be a link around this video. Click on it and register. If you have any challenge registering, reach out to my team. You'll see the link to our website, anywhere around this video. I'll say to you, sometimes the opportunity are usually disguised. Opportunities are disguised in form of adversity. This is another one. What I want business leaders to think about now is, how can I thrive because of this crisis, not despite it? I'll leave you with the quote from the Buddha, who says, stop trying to calm the storm, because you can't. Calm yourself. The storm will pass away. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you on 30th of April, 11 a.m. Myself and Stephen will be delivering value like you've never heard it before. Actually, you know, Stephen is casual today. I'm wearing a red tie in honor of NHS staff. Some of them have died in line of duty, and some of them are still going to work every day. I'm wearing red tie in their honor today. Thank you very much for watching this, and God bless you. I'll see you at the webinar. Thank you very much, Stephen, for giving us a little bit of your genius, a little bit of your wisdom today. Hopefully, we'll get enough materials from you to go on and explode our business from here on. Thank you very much, Stephen, for joining me.
No problem at all. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you, and bye for now.